God, I need to find the buttons. How many times in these races in this season so far have I just run away from the AI and had to handicap myself and all that jazz? Like, this is working. They are, by the way, my
left side, clear on the left. Left side, clear left.
Okay. Well, all right. My best lap around this place, I was going to say, is in the 121s. So we're, 12 seconds off that pace with this current setup, which tells you how bad the AI is here, I guess. Oh, golly.
Anybody get dizzy yet? Pass. Oh! Figure out if I was the idiot or that's it. We win. That was a lot of fun. That one.
Hello out there. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Greece at the fictional, quasi-fictional Patras Circuit. We're doing 60 laps. It's just you and me, YouTube. We're not streaming this one today. Whoa, 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 whoa. Rude, Mr. Zhao, rude. We started P10. We're holding P10, but only a little. Once we get through the opening laps and all the fun times that is, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about what we're looking at here. But right now I'm trying not to fall back and at the same time kind of get my spot back since Zhao so unceremoniously sideswiped us going into turn one. But we are at a bit of a disadvantage, particularly in a straight line. There we go. Yeah, we gotta get like our mean face on because I think our car is gonna be slower today. Whoa! Teammate right next to us. Don't want to take him out.
On your right, clear right. Car right. Still there. Hold your line.
What a save! In a lot of other sports, throwing hands probably means punching people. Here it just means trying to save the car. I'm throwing my hands everywhere. All right, so what's going on here is we're getting snookered up the inside by Botas. The AI at this track is awful. No offense to the original creator, but the AI isn't great. I don't know how to set AI. And I've actually run this race before, and I did it live on stream. Right now, we're not on stream. This is just recorded just for you, YouTube. And really, just for myself, me. But the whole reason for that is because the first race I did was just not great. I was much faster than the AI to the point where it was just uncompetitive and unfun. And I, kind of like I did in Australia, which go check out that video if you want. Kind of like I did in Australia, I started throwing in pit stops and other goofy things to try and even it out. And then I guess I threw in one too many pit stops because then I got behind the AI in a bad way. And I was trying to catch up and I flung it off the track. And that all is fine, you know what I mean? But then I was able to recover to second place, almost first place, after taking like 3 more pit stops than the AI and after throwing it off the track, and it just didn't feel good. I didn't have a good race, the AI didn't have a good race, the content wasn't good, it didn't feel good, so I didn't want to like officially put that as the race results. So this is kind of like take 2 for me. And one of the biggest differences between last time and this time is that I've learned how to put the AI on the super squishy tire, the super softest tire, whatever, ultra soft, ultra hyper soft, hyper ultra soft, hyper duper soft, super duper soft, whatever they call it in F1. I figured out how to get that to happen, which is kind of a game changer because it increases their lap times a couple of seconds. Just enough that I think we can have a more competitive race. I'm also on battery mode for the, I guess the equivalent of the KERS, right? So
Clear to the right.
slows down my engine a little bit. So all in all, this is by all means not the fastest Nifty can go in this configuration, but this is competitive with the AI, if not a little bit in their favor at this point, which is fine with me. Actually give me a challenge for a race, right? Whoops. Where are my buttons? So yeah, that battery mode, it really kills the engine a bit. Probably takes away, I'd bet, about 50 horsepower or so. I don't know, I'm just saying that, but definitely slows the thing down in a straight line. So we're gonna have to be real savvy if we want to make progress and
Clear right.
come up through the field here, as we're outside the points right now, P12.
Clear to the right.
If you like Nifty, if you like the racing content, for one thing, like and subscribe and all that jazz. But for another thing, get ready for a lot of it. I'm trying to catch up my F1 season and my IndyCar season by the end of May. I want to be running the Indy 500 like the day of the real life Indy 500. So get hyped for that if you are a weirdo that likes yourself some Nifty content. As we're looking on Tsunoda here back in 12th. Put a comment down below how you shift when you race this car. Where do you shift? Do you shift real early? Do you shift late? Was a topic of conversation with the chat in the Australia race. Oh, I will say another reason I'm not doing this live is that my internet's been real bad lately. I need to give AT&T a call. Normally the internet has been real good ever since I switched over to AT&T, but I'm suspicious. I think we've had a lot of storms pop up over the last couple weeks, and it's just been in the last couple weeks. My internet will be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine, and then it'll drop for like 5 minutes, and then it'll be fine for another couple hours, and then it'll drop again. So I don't know what that's about, but it's also another reason I'm hesitating to go live, because I really don't know if I could make a full race on stream without it dropping out like that and giving me a huge headache. And you a huge headache. So we're just gonna do this one on the back end here. By back end I mean just on YouTube. Which is fine. When I ran this race that you remember how oh, he's slow. We gotta take advantage of that if we can. Remember how I was saying that I ran this online on Twitch? Like, I don't think I had a single commenter. I must have run it at a real weird time or something. So you're basically getting the same chat experience that you did. Which, by the way, if you're somebody who watches my stuff on YouTube, and you ever want to chat with me live, I do these usually live on Twitch. So you can always catch me there, and we can have a good time and all that jazz. Just got to give a shout out to Twitch, ETHERxSOCIal.
Right side.
Somehow, I am the one getting victimized here. I don't like it. We had a good run on Hulkenberg, but we couldn't go anywhere with it.
Hold your line.
And that backed us up to the McLaren boys here. And now
Clear to the left.
we're banging wheels.
On your left. Still there.
Yeah, I'm learning switching to battery mode is a serious deficit, which is good because how many times... I need to find the buttons. How many times in these races in this season so far have I just run away from the AI and had to handicap myself and all that jazz? Like, this is working. They are, by the way, my...
Left side. Clear on the left. Left side. Clear left.
Okay. Well, alright. My best lap around this place, I was going to say, is in the 121s. So we're, 12 seconds off that pace with this current setup, which tells you how bad the AI is here, I guess.
To watch your left side tire temperatures.
By the way, credit to Nifty for keeping that off the wall. put a comment down below if you're gonna credit Nifty. One credit, please. We're coming up on Zhao here. If we're looking forward, if we're looking back, Logan Sargent's about 4 seconds behind us, it looks like. So all we need to do is attack right now. I'm part of the thing when you're better than the AI in certain parts of a track is that typically in a straight line they're fine, which means when we get in a straight line, I'm extremely handicapped because that's where the difference is being made, right? Where I can run fast laps is that they are sticking to the center line of the track in a way that is extremely unnatural, especially in the turns. So I can't build like an exit speed off the turn or anything. And like I'm being kept down. That's what happened to lead to that spin, is that you would normally assume a car would track out and you would have some space. And it's totally fine to squeeze me there, except it's just a little unexpected and it's constant at the same time. Like somehow unexpected and constant. Figure that one out. Coming up on Perez here. Can we stick it inside? No. Well, maybe on the exit, but on the exit we got to keep it real tight. Yeah, see how tight he is on the exit. Like that doesn't, even if he was a real person trying to squeeze me, that level of squeezing doesn't help him. He's having to kill his momentum off the turn to get down like that. So anyway, it's just kind of like the artificial part of artificial intelligence is that they're just not handling the track very well and trying to get side by side with them, especially when they're in a cluster like this, leads to some, like you try to race it like you're racing against real people and you're not gonna have, it's not gonna happen as you would expect. But we're getting the race in here. It's happening, and I'm happy for that because when I started this season, when I started putting together these tracks, one of the first ones, because I saw Mitsos, M-I-T-S-O-S, shout out to them on YouTube. I saw them do a Greek Grand Prix last year with the AI. They didn't race, right? As far as I know, Mitsos doesn't race. It's just AI stuff, which I love, obviously. But, so I was keen to add Greece because I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know there was a Greek track, which I can tell you a little bit about the history here too, which is that this was a proposed racetrack just outside the city of Patras in Greece for F1 back in, I think, the 2000s, maybe early 2010s. And, you know, there was all sorts of, like, the layout was approved and all that jazz. It just didn't end up happening. For, well, financial reasons, if you can believe it, in Greece. And, so this is what that Grand Prix would have looked like if it could have happened, you know, fictionally. It's definitely what this track might have looked like, although you never know what, like, elevation changes or track widths or things would have changed over time. Now, we just got a bunch of cars at one corner there. Yeah, see, now that we've got no one next to us, watch how I'll track out on exit here, right? Like, that gives you so much more speed on the exit. I wasn't looking at the relative in the bottom right corner, but I'm sure it gained a lot just by being able to track out like that. And this section, the AI is particularly slow in. They don't like this right-left complex there. Like, they really get hard on the brakes. So for me, I know we had the talk on the stream about shifting, but I'm going back to kind of my normal shifting pattern. When I did some research and I looked around on the internet, on YouTube, for different drivers and how they're handling the car, seems like their shifting was more in line with what I'm doing. And when I've done like straight line tests and the such, it doesn't seem to particularly matter where you start hitting the shift, you know? So I'm just doing my thing. It feels more comfortable as well. At a certain point, if there's a more optimized way to do things, but only ever so slightly, and you're more capable not doing it. Sometimes you gotta just, you know, bow to humanity there.
Clear to the left. Car left, clear left.
We can keep up with Gasly in his wake here. We got a good shot into turn 1.
Gasly.
Now that they're getting stretched out, I should be able to strike back a little bit. All in all, there's clever little bits to this circuit. Like this turn, this kind of egg-shaped turn, where the apex is just right later. It's later in the arc than you'd think it should be, but you're already turning, and that's just a cleverly curved turn. This section, that section right there with the part that comes out from the left, I guess it's a right, left, right, but you kind of just straight line it. That doesn't feel F1 spec to me. That's kind of the only part of the track. It feels like a kind of a GT kind of track idea. I wonder if that would have made it into the Grand Prix if F1 had raced here, because it does just kind of feel like it's unneeded. See, we gained 6 seconds on Gasly there. We're kind of still running too fast, to be honest. It's okay, we're in 16th right now. It's going to take us a while to recover. And you can see, like, right here is basically the apex. And then as soon as you hit it, you're wanting to have gone faster because it just immediately comes back out, like the severity of the angling. So but see, when they get side by side, I've just kind of got to wait through it because I can't go 3 wide with them on a good day, usually, let alone when they don't particularly follow the racing line.
Guy in front is Bottas. On your left. Clear left. Get behind us now, 7.1.
Put up, I think I had to custom make these DRS zones. I can put that file up if anybody wants to remind me to put it up in the comments or something, because I'm sure I'll forget.
Stroll is now leading.
Looks like a pretty good fight for first right now. Checking the mini map.
On your left. Hold your line. Clear left. Car right. Clear right. Right side. Still there. Clear to the right. Left side. Clear on the left.
Gambling that I knew what way the janky AI was going to take that complex there. Well, now this is danger territory right here. Can I turn in? Okay. I gotta admit, I think if F1 had raced here, it would, outside of the track limits, it would look very different. I think you'd have a lot more grandstands. I don't think you'd have grass immediately bordering the track like this either. Well, you might. I don't know. I guess they still kind of have it in Spa and stuff. There's still some proper tracks left on the F1 calendar. But in general, they seem to really like their paved runoffs. No DRS for Nifty this time. This turn right here reminds me a little bit of that hairpin in Bahrain, where you're making a left arc the whole time, and your brake zone basically starts at the beginning of your arc. Bahrain's a lot trickier though, because it also has kind of a downhill angle to it. That's why I race all these tracks, like all these different kind of corners and different ways you have to think about different things. You know, part of the reason I want to do this giant season and why I'm still sticking to it is just I want to see it all. I want to try it all, you know? And the what if part of my brain is gigantic. It's a big what if brain. Up to P13 or P12B, I guess, if you're superstitious. I'm not superstitious, but a couple of years ago I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I was? And I started avoiding the number 13, and now I just kind of habitually think about it. Is that how a superstition starts? It's not that I truly believe the number is cursed, it's that it just kind of became like a single-player game in my everyday life to avoid the number. Sometimes it's the, you know, it's the little things you gotta entertain yourself with, right? So Norris came back on us there. That was a pretty sly maneuver on his part. AI's got some game in it still. See, they're so slow through that section, and I gotta really rigidly keep to my line because they don't kind of take the apexes for either corner. I mean, to be honest, they don't entirely run down the center line of the track, but they really skew towards the center. Oh, another thing that kind of slowed me up for a couple of days was the new content manager, which came out in April. And before I say anything, I'm going to say shout out to the content manager guys. The guy on Patreon. Oh gosh, I can't. Ilya? Is that his name? Anyway, you know, content manager is fantastic, and it really keeps this game alive and all that. That said, the new AI settings in the latest version, they didn't work for me. My best guess is that they are too aggressive and they're throwing blocks all over the place. And what happens is they throw such an aggressive block, like it's like, wah, you know what I mean? Like it's like so bad that they basically spin themselves out trying to throw that block or run into each other. And I really tried to kind of massage it out, and it just wasn't happening. Tsunoda touches grass. We go wide to avoid that. We touch grass. See, Mom, I touch grass. Anyways, so, like, you know, I mean, the thing with Content Manager and with all mods, I've been IndyCar Racing 2, R-Factor, Assetto Corsa, Automobilista, it's all mods, right? People are doing their best, and it's not always going to work perfect, and your best expectations aren't always going to be met. You're not dealing with developers, you're dealing with passionate fans. And you got to kind of understand that, and you got to kind of take it as it comes. So I think there's a lot of good for the AI that's being done, and the fact that it's even being looked at is a great sign. But for me, what would happen is the AI would basically just, from what it appears to me, the AI just wiggles down the straightaway and wiggles themselves into a crash. And, you know, I think in a slower car, maybe that just is fine. You know what I mean? It's a defensive move that the AI is able to pull off, but in these F1 cars anyway, it doesn't work so advantageously for them. You even got to see it there a little bit, just a little bit of that wiggling, but it's just so much worse in the latest content manager. And I even turned off because you can just disable AI tweaks or whatever it's called on the back end of content manager. But even then, it was still in there. And so I did kind of get thrown for a loop, but it happened on multiple tracks in places I wasn't expecting it. And it kind of helps that I was still working so hard with this track that I knew what the AI was acting like before the latest update. So I just went back and found the old content manager and just re-downloaded it and plopped it straight back in, and off we went. So just a word to the wise about that is that I guess if you got things like Content Manager, keep the files of the old ones, because you never know when an update isn't going to work how you would hope. I also lost at some point in here the ability to, like, you know, there's that, like, use new physics check or whatever it used to be called. One of the updates, or one of the mods I put here, just did away with that, and I don't know why.
Still there.
We're bumping Ocon.
On your left. Clear left.
He's going to have the DRS on us. Let's go ahead and throw a block. Is that effective? Doing a little bit of reconnaissance. Yeah. So if we throw a block on the AI, they don't have any other ideas. Good to know. Good to know.
See how wide you can make this thing. Far left. Clear left. Okay, bud. This guy comes down. Don't get through.
Alongside Tsunoda, we don't have any room to track out.
Right side, clear to the right.
All right. Try a different tactic as we're about 1/3 of the way through this race. Field's really spread out. Look at whoever's in first. They are running away. That'll do. That really shouldn't be a passing zone, but they take it so slowly that you can pull one off. Now, outside, we're going to call this egg turn, because it looks like the side of an egg to me. So on the exit of egg, he's going to have the DRS. I don't think we're going to get it. Yeah, we're too far behind Albon, but he's got it. So look for him to make a move. There he goes.
Far right. Hold your line. Clear right.
But we held him off well, and now we're alongside Albon.
Clear right.
Of course, he's going to hug the center line, and we can't track out, and there's no pass being made.
Clear to the left. Left side.
Same deal here. Like, watch on the exit here. I'm going to keep it so low, and he's just right there. You know what I mean? Like,
Far left. Clear left. Place.
all right, up to P12 proper. With 40 laps to go. I wish I knew more about Greece in general. Like, I wish I could tell you what mountains those are. Or, you know, just used to study Greek gods in grade school, as weird as that is. Mythology and all that. I was a kid right around the time Hercules came out. But more than that, as we missed the corner there, more than that, I was a gifted kid, and we studied mythology for some reason in my class there. So take what you want out of that. A lot to unpack with that kind of thing. In hindsight, I don't know how they do gifted programs anymore, or even if they do. I don't think it was helpful. All it did was, it didn't particularly, I mean, I guess it challenged better, but I did not expect you to talk about this, but like, it felt like I was getting pulled out of where all my friends were and, you know, like regular class to go do this special class, and I was missing certain, like, usually they sacrificed reading classes for gifted programs, which is weird because now I'm not much of a reader, as funny as that is. And, you know, I think instead I remember, you know, we did, you know, more like complex math and geometry stuff and deeper history topics like philosophy and mythology and stuff. And I guess that's all good. But at the expense of just a regular kind of reading class, I feel like I just probably would have benefited from hanging around more people and becoming more of a reader, I guess. We're going to look on the inside of Perez here. I don't know if that word salad made sense, but that was just kind of always my feeling with it. And I don't even know if they do that kind of thing anymore. I know there's kind of a cliche about, like, I'm not bragging about having a gifted program. That's not at all. I was barely in it. I kind of think the fact that I had a family member that worked at the school kind of helped me get in there, even though in hindsight I kind of wish I wasn't. But, like, I'm not saying I'm all that smart. What I'm saying is I feel like I missed out on the man, we are really getting held tight on the outside. Okay. I just kind of felt like it, I don't know, it wasn't particularly beneficial, I guess, is all I'm saying. You didn't miss much if you weren't in there. That also, I guess I could be saying. So we're up to P11. We're one outside the points. Bottas and Norris. Look at Norris on his way to finishing in the points. Good for that little McLaren that could. Perez having a real bad day. Yeah, right now we've got a bit of a gap ahead and a gap behind. I'm sure we're going to catch up to Bottas here pretty soon, but if we're able to get around 7th, whoever that happens to be, it's a long way to 6th. And that'll kind of be interesting how many laps that takes, because as we know, and we're going to call it clean air, this car is, I think, faster than the AI. I'm gonna guess who's in 7th is actually Lewis Hamilton, since we heard that what's his name, Stroll was leading at one point. And I guess the other Mercedes is Hamilton. Well, I know the other Mercedes is Hamilton. I'm saying I'm gonna guess that Stroll hasn't fallen that far off the pace at the top yet. Anyway, shout out to Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man that's on the left-hand side of the track over there. Kind of in that added chicane part where that I got right, left, right is supposed to happen, but you just straight line it. To the left there is a Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man, which is fun to say really fast. Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. Gotta get the tongue real active there. No comment. Oh no, it is Russell. I'm sorry. Did I say Russell? I said somebody else. Stroll. I said Stroll because I'm an idiot. Stroll drives Aston Martin. But yeah, Russell. Never mind. Whatever. It's Russell. It's not Hamilton. Dumb Nifty moment. I really wish... maybe I should try again, but I can't get the AI line editors to work for me in this game. And, it's a bummer. I tried on... I mean, I haven't tried since the Houston IndyCar race back in probably February that I did. But what would happen is, like, they wouldn't be able to exit the pits. Whatever I was doing wasn't, like, recording my pit outline or something. We're in the thick of it now. We're in the points. Hi. Inside Magnussen into the turns you shouldn't be able to make a pass on. We're gonna get no room. Magnussen's gonna retain the spot for now. Bottas got around Russell. Not Stroll. Stroll drives Aston Martin. Russell drives Mercedes. On the left side here, that's where Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man is. There he is. He needs a name. Put a name down in the comments for Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man.
Car ahead is Russell.
Now, Russell's really sinking like a stone right now.
Far left, clear left. Far left, clear to the left.
So we'll take advantage of that.
On your right.
Although he's, of course, is faster in a straight line because we're running battery mode. And we couldn't cut back to the inside, so we had to take the long way around there.
Left side. Clear left.
I do think we're about halfway through this Grand Prix, and it's probably go time if we want to entertain the thought of a podium or anything like that. Really got to start making things happen. Meanwhile, first place has run into some lapped traffic. And that's a ways off still for us, but also a fact of life. Simulated life, though. Sim lifing for my sim racing.
On your right, clear to the
Up
right.
the inside, no contest. Really, you would kind of expect to track out like that. I like that this is kind of a detail, but I like that the grass on this mod has little flowers. I think that's nice. Aren't the flowers nice? Probably don't need to go down into third there. It's just I haven't not been side by side with something in so long. I don't know what it feels like to go at pace through that corner. Maybe I'll throw up a lap at the end of this video that is like me on the soft tires, like doing an actual fast lap, just to show that I can go faster. Because I kind of feel like if you just stumble on my content, you might be like, wow, this Nifty guy sucks. He's like 10 seconds off the pace. No, AI sucks. Trying to find their level. Because to me, simulating a racing environment is more important than simulating the speeds involved. I think it's more like when I get side by side with somebody, how I handle that, as poorly as that sometimes is more important than, you know, oh man, I did 190 down the straightaway instead of 175 or whatever. Like, whatever. Well, that's probably just the philosophy of an IndyCar fan compared to an F1 fan, so take that for what it's worth as well. Next race is going to be at Portimao in Portugal, the Algarve circuit. So I think the AI is pretty well developed there. Probably see a faster Nifty. Too much curb there, but we caught it. I see him. He's right there.
On your left. Clear left.
So I play the drums outside of racing, and one of my favorite bands, surprise, surprise, is the band Rush, and Neil Peart as the drummer. And they did a song called Far Cry, which I've played probably 100 times. I mean, it's, you know, it's a fun song to play. And the intro to that song starts bop, 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 right?
All right.
And I find myself kind of following that shifting, particularly downshifting rhythm quite often. Bop, 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 bop.
Clear left.
Anytime it happens, I kind of just give a thought to it. Bottas is going to have the DRS on us coming down the straightaway.
P8.
But couldn't close the gap in time. So, as the man said, we're up to P8. Looking forward to Magnussen now. We get a good launch off that section there. We're side by side now.
Clear left.
Couldn't do anything with it.
You're rigging in Magnussen. Gaps now, 0.3.
So I was thinking, and if you're watching here, but I kind of expect I won't have a lot of viewers at this point in the video. Just, you know, real facts here. If you're here. I was thinking I'd get the when all of the skins are available on Race Department, I'd go ahead and grab the Formula Hybrid 2023 from RSS. And I've also got Formula Alpha from last year, and I could also, if they've got it, if VRC has it this year. And I was kind of thinking to simulate the different manufacturer differences in F1, I could put some cars in last year's car, some cars in this year's car. And that could be fun. Basically just see, you know, if Mercedes is supposed to be faster, which of the mods is faster, and put them in there, you know what I mean? Or, I guess Red Bull's supposed to be faster, but you get what I'm saying. Like, alright, we're halfway done. Halfway home. And the leader is coming through the last turn now on the front stretch. That's the that's how much gap we still have to play with here, with half a race left. So there's still plenty of climbing to do if we're going to entertain finishing well. And I mean, honestly, P7 isn't bad. I'm not saying that that's a bad finish. What I'm saying is, like, if we want to entertain winning, that's a long ways away. I do, however, as weird as this is, think it's possible. If we can get around cars, we know we're faster when we're not contested than the rest of the field.
Left side.
That was so close. I knew he wasn't gonna slide all the way out like you would expect, but I didn't exactly know where he was, and he was kind of in my blind spot.
On your left, clear left.
Same thing here, but we got around him. We can build a gap before the DRS zone. That's not in the cards, actually. Although he's going to have to deal with Sainz, who's just as close to him as we are. Oh, look at that lunge. We'll hold him off. Took some bravery, though, to go ahead and turn towards the apex with him coming like that. Oh, geez, Nifty, what are you doing? All right, it's professional sadness man Fernando Alonso ahead of us now. Hamilton, Verstappen, must be, who's left? One of the Ferraris, I think, Leclerc, and, already passed, must be Stroll. Yeah, Stroll was leading, you heard. So Stroll and Leclerc must be first and second. With Stroll kind of on a nice Sunday drive right now, with the gap he's built. Don't quite know what that's about. That's a huge gap. Good on him, I say. Grabbing the DRS. Don't think it's going to close us up enough, though.
Left side. Hold your line. Still there.
Very helpful, Jim. I would have had no idea.
Tire temps are good.
All this battling with Alonso is bringing Sainz closer and closer as well.
Right side. Still there. Clear right. On your left. Clear left. Well done, Connor.
All right, that'll probably stick, I would think. Maybe not. Here he comes back with the DRS. We've got DRS too, but he's also got the tow. Plus he's not on battery mode. Now we'll hold him off. It's Ricardo in second, actually, my teammate.
Captain Hamilton in front now. 0.1. Left side. Clear left.
Which I mean, Leclerc is actually further back in the field. I might have passed him and just didn't even remember it.
Front is Hamilton.
Either way, we're going on Sir Lewis Hamilton here for fourth. Alonso not done with me yet, though.
Clear left.
Pulling off a move, going wide. Can we over under him?
All right.
No. And that cut our momentum. Sainz is going to get by as well. You know what? This the general vibe of this track, because it curls in on itself a bunch, and the way that you attack and then you kind of zigzag back and forth. So if you're on the inside of one turn, you'll be on the outside of the next. Kind of reminds me of Barber Motorsports Park for the Indy cars. So it's kind of like either Green Bahrain or Flat Barber. Take your pick. In Nifty's unprofessional opinion.
On your right. Clear right.
A helpful clear there. Caught it. Gives Hamilton a run on us, though. We're not going to particularly challenge that, but I'm just happy to have caught it. That's one of the things about having the hard tires on is sometimes you'll have those oversteer moments just from a complete lack of grip.
Side. Hold your line. Clear right. Car right. Clear to the right.
That's that AI line that they take, right? Just like clipping my nose when they had plenty of room. Alright, I think that one will stay done. aim a little bit to the right of that orange stripe on the wall, you'll hit your mark for that. Whatever little chicane thing that pops up. We're all catching Verstappen here. And by extension, Ricardo, I think. Stroll's still running away with it. He's through the egg turn. Sights around Verstappen. Alonso smelling blood in the water as well. It is kind of interesting how we saw it with Russell and we're seeing it with Verstappen now. If you get out of line,
The next car is Verstappen.
they're going backwards.
On your left. Still there. Clear left. Left side. Still there. Clear to the left.
That Max Verstappen guy, though, he's pretty fast. It's not over until he says it's over sometimes.
On your left.
Which I guess this is like the battle for first in the championship right here. For the season, anyway.
Right side. Hold your line. Clear right. On your left. Keep it steady. Clear left.
All right, there we go. That actually felt like a good pass. I had to kind of think about it and plan where I was going. See, now Ricardo's the one getting kind of ganged up on here, going backwards. If you can kind of get a freight train going, I guess is kind of the thing. You'll box somebody out of the only optimum line that they have. Down the front straightaway we go.
Be fine.
Stroll is still way far in front. Lapping P19 right now, it looks like.
Left side. Clear to the left.
Kind of using those hard tires to my advantage there to rotate the car. I knew they didn't have the grip, so I just kind of accelerated early just to get a little bit extra of rotation out of the car. This is some teammate on teammate violence right here.
Left side. Clear to the left. On your left. Clear on the left. Right side. Clear right. Right side. Clear. Clear to the right. Far right.
He's staying with me.
Line. Clear right.
There we go. Pass done. Pretty competitive, though. Pretty competitive stuff. As it should. It's getting harder as we move forward. And he's not done, by the way. He's going to have the DRS. Didn't have enough of it, though.
The car in front of us is now sights.
And just like that, we're one spot off of a podium with 20 laps to go. If I do that, where I get the 2023 car, probably start it for what is the summer season, which I think happens at Monaco, maybe before that. I don't know.
Right side. Still there. Clear right. You're clear. Running left. Clear left.
And we're on the podium. Feeling real zippy through the S section there. And you don't have any competition alongside. If we get around Alonso, it's a long way towards anybody. First, like, for position or lapped car or anything. So, assuming we get this pass done pretty soon, we'll have some open air to play with. And like I was saying about probably 20 minutes ago, I don't think we're outside the realm of a win. We can just keep our nose clean and find some clean air, because when I'm not getting shoved onto an extremely tight line by the AI here, even with all the ballast, even with all the Crest House playing something cookie clicker. Shout out to Cookie Clicker. Shout out to Crest Tile. Anyway, when I'm not being held down by the AI, like down on a line, there's still plenty of pace. And look on the mini-map, if we get around Alonso, there's nobody for like half a track. Can we do it here?
Left side.
No.
Clear left.
We can bang side pods there, but pass not happening.
The guy ahead is Alonso.
We're gonna get DRS. No, we are not. Very stingy with awarding the DRS there.
Gap to Alonso ahead is now not protected.
Actually having ourselves a touch of a race here. Just going wide here. Now we'll get that sweet, sweet DRS. Too far back for it to be effective, though. Interesting. Turns out in open air, that's where they run best as well, I suppose. Got something here, though.
Left side, clear left.
Again, no DRS through this section. Okay, all right, okay. There we go. There it is. Deploy, deploy. Ooh. Dropped a couple frames there. Not okay with that. There we go, now we got it. Can't get that sneaky move done up the inside right there, though. Drag race down the main straight, perhaps. With 15 to go. It's turning into a slugfest between myself and Fernando Alonso. We're just looking to find any sort of gap around him. Maybe right here. Maybe right here. We're going to have to stay real tight on the inside or else hit him. Oh, we got him. We got him. P2. Just make sure we mind our P's and Q's. He's going to have a good opportunity to catch us back up in that second DRS zone. He's actually going to look to get it done into the, I don't know what we're calling it, but the egg turn. He's sticking it up the inside. We're going to try to over-under. Oh, he's right there. Ah, shoot. Hey, Nifty's still keeping it off the wall. Way to go, Nifty. And back to fourth place we go. All right. He held such a tight line I couldn't over-under him, and by the time I got the steering wheel out of the way, he was right there. Just a hair of a touch between me and Alonso. Even with an F1 car, I don't think that would have done much damage, but it just unsettled the car, especially since we're on those hard tires. You know, you can't lose any traction because you're right on a limit here with the hard tires. So we'll have to make some progress back up with 14 to go. We're off the podium now. No space there. So we've had two spins, basically, but let's not do the same thing over again. Yeah, you can kind of see how they track out wide, and then they cut back in at the exit of that turn. That's kind of what caught me out. Anyway, so we've had two spins, but I don't really think we would have done much damage to the car on either of them. One of them was like wheel-to-wheel. Again, it doesn't take much to unsettle these cars when they're on these hard tires. And with the extra ballast and stuff, the weight is really unfavorable as well. Like the transfer. Get in his toe. For some reason, that's not working with Alonso, but it's working with Sainz. We're back up on the P3. It's like that spin never happened. Gotta catch Alonso back, though. Ooh, overcooking it. Overcooking it's not the way to do it. We were on a hella fast lap there. We're still on our best lap, even though we screwed up that turn. Aim for the orange wall there. Right there, to the left. Gotta have those visual markers when you're driving. Those reference points. And we're right back up on Fred here. We go. We really got to hustle if we want to catch Stroll, which I just don't think is in the cards. Although we're going to get a pretty good run.
Good move, mate.
Yeah, okay, we're clear into P2. As long as we did this pass once before, he came back on us and then we clipped him and spun. So as long as that doesn't happen. Oh, the late lunge from Fernando. He's right there. He's probably got the DRS right now. Yeah, he does. Here he comes back.
Right side, clear right.
This is a good battle.
Next car is Alonso. Car right.
We had enough room to do our sneaky move there in the Bahrain clone turn, but he held us inside. We couldn't take the exit speed, couldn't use it.
Clear left.
Side by side through the last turn. He's taking the outside line. We're taking the inside. He's going to hold us inside. He's right there. We get the DRS. That's a help. Get back into his slipstream. Drag race him down the front stretch. Going to go down to gear 4 here.
Side, clear to the left.
And that is a pass. And now we are just so much faster through that right-left that's coming up here that should seal the deal. Yeah, that's 2 seconds to the good right there. So, pass done. P2 is ours as we set sail for Stroll in P1 with 11 to go. A long way to the next cars, though, and the next cars are lappers, so that's going to be annoying to get around as well. You think it's hard passing slow cars that are as... you think it's hard passing slow cars that aren't as slow as that? Well, here we go.
Front is hot.
This will be our best lap of the day, too, probably about half a second up. 4/10 up. We must have had DRS on our best lap. We're up on this lap, too. Only by about 8 hundredths, though. coming to the wacky waving of liberal arm flailing chicane. Nine to go, or possibly 10, I don't know. I don't know how we count. You know, I think it was NASCAR Racing 2003 that actually, like, simplified that for you. It was like blank to go, and so idiots like me knew how many laps were left. We're going to assume we're working lap 51, which means there's 10 to go right now, but 9.5 since we're halfway done. Clicking laps at this point. Picking up just a lick of toe off of Sargent up there. That's about as easy as that kind of pass gets.
Tire temperatures are fine.
Thanks, I didn't ask. I wonder if Norris is still holding a points-paying spot. Around Piastri. A little too much curb there. Giving the suspension something to think about. Perez has come up to P3. Wow. He was outside the points last time we saw him. What an effort. Excuse me, DRS, let's go around the lapper. He's not giving me room.
Clear left. On your left. Keep it steady. Clear left.
We'll get it done anyway. I think you lost some ground to Stroll there. Five to go, 6 to go, something like that. Room there.
Left side. Clear left. Far left. Clear to the left.
It's a pass for position ahead of us. Not for us, but P17, all important. Just think we're running out of time to try and catch Stroll here. Done. Was sliding that whole turn. Just ever so slightly sliding. It's a tongue twister, slightly sliding. Three to go. I mean, forgive the pun here in Greece, but it would take a Herculean effort with nobody in our way for us to catch Stroll now.
Left side, clear left. Left side. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear to the left. Right side, clear to the right.
What are blue flags? There he is. He's on our map just for a second. Oh, and there's Leclerc, 13th.
Gap 2, Stroll in front is now 19 seconds. Two to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
Coming around. Long arcing final turn. One more to go. The gap is about 16 seconds and 3 lapped cars. There's no chance. You just said that, Jim. You're repeating yourself. It's okay, there's only one more lap left, Jim. All right, here we go. Say goodbye to Patras, Greece. Around the last turn. We're ending on a high note, about 9/10 of a second up from our best lap time. We're coming home P2. P2 in Greece.